great. It's here.
Now, there's an easy and inexpensive way to get started on the internet. Juno Web. Get 150 hours free, then a low flat rate of only $9.95 a month.
This was definitely a smart decision.
It's so easy. We get the whole internet at only $9.95 a month.
Call now for Juno's free, easy-to-use startup software and get 150 hours free. Then it's just an amazingly low $9.95 a month for premium internet access. Juno makes it easy for everyone.
Are you online already?
Yeah, it was really simple.
Hey guys, tired of using that broadband internet and want something a little bit more simple? Well, today we're going to show you how to get Juno dial-up internet.
The Dial-Up Chronicles.
Hey guys, so today we're getting dial-up internet with Juno. And anybody can do this. Anybody can get dial-up internet right now. So I'm at www.juno.com, and this is the thing that comes up on my iPad. And you can get free up to 10 hours a month of reliable dial-up internet access. Okay, so this is free. You just have to put in some information, and you get dial-up internet. You're on your way. And the cool thing about this is you get a free email. You know, you get whatever you want to put at juno.com. So now you have another email. You know, I know there's people out there that like to get the free trials of something, of some streaming service, and you use multiple emails so you can just keep getting it. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting the free internet, and, you know, you just putting in some information here. Your, you know, first, last name, address. Just basic stuff that anybody would ask when you're signing up for something. You have to put in a mobile number, and they have to verify that number, and then you have to come up with your new email name and password to get into that. So that's pretty cool. And then there's some other information on the bottom as we scroll down. Of course, you got like a security question, and it's going to ask your date of birth, and some other, the stuff at the bottom that tells us about yourself, that's optional. So I just want to talk a little bit about Juno. Juno started in 1996. So that was like right when people really started getting internet. I remember being about 10, 11, 12, right around that time. I was 12 in 1996, and me and my dad went down to our local ETEL, our computer store, and we got dial-up internet with ETEL, and it was a 14.4 modem, and we were so excited to put it in there, and it was just really exciting to see that first GIF and that first picture come up on the screen. So here I am. I signed up, I put all the information in, and here's my order confirmation, and I blotted out, of course, my member ID, password, my name, address, all that, but that would be on there. And now you can download it. Of course, you have to have a computer to download it on. And if you were going to really use this with dial-up, you would need to download this on a computer that actually has a telephone jack and a dial-up modem. Now, here's the catch. For this to actually work legitimately with Juno, you would actually need a real home phone, and not a home phone you get through your cable provider or even your phone provider through fiber. It has to be a true landline home phone. That means a phone that you could take a telephone jack and plug it straight into the wall and it would work. Now, you can actually still get this, so I've heard people say you can't get it anymore. You can truly get a home phone, and there's thousands of people that still have a real home phone. It is a little pricey. It's almost like 60 something a month. So, you know, that's something you have to consider for yourself, but it's, for me, I want it because I want to relive the experience. You know, for me, it's like nostalgia or whatever. But you can really do it legitimately the old school way, as if you were living in 1995 or whatever. Okay, guys, so here I've confirmed, and it's taking me to what's like my personal home page. And you see we get some things here, the US and world, entertainment, things we can click on, crime, sports, science. So I'm at my.juno.com, and Juno even has its own search engine. So that's really neat. So let's look up something on their search engine, and we'll look up dial-up internet. So back to Juno. Juno was formed in 1996, and I believe it started as just an email service. So it was just like an email you could get, a free email or whatever. And eventually, within the next 2 or 3 years or so, they had their own ISP. They became their internet service provider, and went on for maybe to the mid-2000s before, by that time, it started to dwindle, and they merged with Net Zero, and now they're UNTD. I thought this was a neat app website. Look at that, 3% of Americans, if you saw that real quick, 3% of Americans still use dial-up internet. And you think about that, it's 330 million people in the world, in the US. That's, that's a couple million, I guess, right? 3%. And this was neat. I saw that AOL still provides dial-up internet, but you actually have to call them to get it. They don't advertise anymore. So I thought that was really cool. And so, I'm just playing around with Juno. Obviously, I'm not actually on dial-up right now. I'm scrolling through the Juno webpage. But this is some of the things you get with your Juno, your free dial-up Juno internet. And now I'm going to set up my mail. And it's just going to take me through some stuff. Welcome to Juno Message Center. Get started with some helpful tips on the features. Read, write, and search email. Check for new email, compose new messages, or search, drag and drop. Click and drag messages to move them into your personal folders. Manage personal folders. Click Add to create new folders. Then right-click on a folder to rename, empty, or delete it. Navigate the Message Center. Click these tabs to switch to your Message Center home. And this kind of reminds me of Yahoo. You had your own home Yahoo page and your own preferences on it. So that, So like I was saying, somewhere in the 2000s, Juno and Net Zero merged and became UNTD.com or .org or something. And they still exist today, and they're one of the few people that still provide dial-up internet. So we're about to get my first email here and set up my webmail. So this is cool. So even if you don't actually use dial-up with Juno, you still get an email. So that's kind of neat. So I'm just looking at my first email, and they're welcoming me here. So in just a minute, we're about to actually experience true dial-up. So I'm going to get a laptop. I have an HP that has a telephone jack, and you can still use dial-up with. So here we go. Okay guys, so here we go. I'm using an HP laptop, and I'm using the Juno account that I just made for free, the 10 hours free a month. And I'm using an HP laptop that I have. And the reason I'm using this is because, well, it works. My old computer isn't working. I'm not getting it to work yet the way I want to. And this still has, as you can see, a telephone hookup, and it still has a telephone modem in there. So I can actually use dial-up. Let me get this right for y'all as best as I can. And then you can see down there, this is the turbo thing, and it says I'm online. And up here, it says I'm currently online. And there's some different options I can check here: write, inbox, web, can disconnect, help. So I'm on a website called yb.me or wibby.me. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But this website is especially designed for using an older search engine or an older computer. You can see right there, it says search engine for the classic web. So this should work faster and better than using Bing.com or Google.com. Though it would work, it would just take a really long time to download. So let's just search something random here. In fact, we'll just hit surprise me and see what happens. All right, so here we go. Waiting for YB.me. Here we go. And see, it's moving at a fairly good pace, at least right now. You asked for it. Let's see. Hopefully something should come up quickly, but maybe not. Here we go. We got some random website. Welcome to cashparef.org. The Cashparef family home on the World Wide Web. All right. So we're using real dial-up here. Here comes the picture, and you can see it's not that slow because this is a web page that was designed in the 90s, or not necessarily in the 90s, but with the encoding that you would use during that time. So it's really not going that slow. You can see this little turbo thing moving here if you look closely. Just want to again show you that I am truly using a home phone. I'm not going to show you the wall because that's just too much, but this is just my home phone, basic home phone. And if I hit the talk button and put it on speaker, so we're truly online like the old school way. And again, I hope y'all can see this, but if I go down here, it says Juno Internet Access, and I can pull this up and it says connected, it says Juno. And of course I have these options because this is a newer computer. It can also do broadband and wireless, but it's not connected to any of that. Okay, so let's do something different. Let's search for, well, let's hit surprise me one more time. Maybe we'll get something more interesting. But this is what I really want to focus on with you guys, is showing you websites that still work with dial-up today, as if we're back in time. And I have a computer with Windows 98 Plus with Juno already installed in it and NetZero, and I can sign in with my account and it will work. And it has Netscape Navigator and it works great, but the computer itself isn't working at this time. So God willing, we'll get that fixed soon. Page you are viewing uses Java. Well, okay. And here it comes. Boom. Slot car collectibles. And then you see the moving GIF. Now, this is just really fun. I mean, this is cool. Welcome to Slot Car Collectibles. Okay. So this is kind of showing you an older experience, even though it's a newer computer. Of course, obviously dial-up. I'm not sure when this HP was built, maybe in the early 2000s. But it's still showing you that older school experience. Welcome to Slot Car Collectibles, your online source for collectible slot cars from the 60s to present. Our primary focus is on HO slot cars from the 60s to 80s, but you may find other slot car items here from time to time. So check out our site often for our latest finds. All right, cool. Let me scroll down here if it'll let me. Okay, doesn't seem to want to let me. There we go. Okay, this computer is old and it's got some issues. Our goal is to provide you the collector with quality slot cars. We'll just go down here. You can see the exploding bomb here, and that's fun, in the car, and you can enter your email. This is neat. This site is best viewed on Internet Explorer 4.0. Look at that thing moving. The mail with the E. Email us. Look, crossword puzzles. Okay. So there are still many, many websites that work as if you were back in the 90s, basically. There's all kinds of little things going on here, like that gallery, ordering information, guest book. We can sign in. Let's sign in. Well, before we sign in, let's click on one of these over here. What is this? Let's click Tycho. Okay, and you can see it's reacting. And boom. See how quickly that came up? And that's because it was designed to work with the modems of this feed at the time. Tycho for sale. Click underline text for large view. Tycho, Chevy, Lumina, Chevrolet Stalker. Good condition overall with some blah, 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 blah. Here's the car. Let's click on the picture, see what happens. Uh-oh. All right, there it goes. So it should just give us a larger picture of it. Yep. Boom. Look at that. It's so fun. It's so cool. So I hope to show you guys this experience on an older computer soon. But we might use this one for a little while, since it is the only one I really have working to show you this experience. You can see all these different cars. Really cool stuff. So in the next upcoming videos, hopefully I will do this same kind of thing and just focus in on a different, maybe either like one website or a subject of websites, like a genre. We'll just do a review of that website, and we'll see. Just hit me up in the comments if you have something you specifically want to see. So let's go. Okay, so that's cool. Let's go back. Okay. Let's go back and let's see how everything comes back up pretty quickly. It's just this Java support thing. We gotta accept it. And it's not perfect. Some of the stuff that was up is not here anymore. There it goes. Came back. Took a second. Let's click to hear the thunder. Let's see what happens. Hear the sound of revving thunder. Aurora, oh, Thunderjet 67 Camaro. Okay, allow player to load completely. This may or may not work. To me, it's kind of like it's like going back in time, and it's kind of like having a museum in your computer. A very, compact museum, all online like this. You don't need a big room to show all a bunch of stuff. It's right here, all right here. And it's just very fascinating. So we'll give it another minute here. And I will come right back to you guys. All right, guys, so this wouldn't come up when waiting about, 10 minutes or so. So we're just gonna move forward. So we'll get out of this. Let's try, let's go down here and let's try the sign into the guest book. Let's see what happens there. And again, see, that's fairly quick. What is your name? Where are you from? What is your website IRL? What is your website name? Put up here, Dial-Up Chronicles. Where are you from? Dial-up land. What is your website? We're working on that. How did you hear about us? Ooh, we can put yb.me. Oh. Okay. We can put found your site randomly using dial-up internet. And boom. In order to ensure quality entries, please enter the numbers you see below. Okay. 49456. All right, and we'll hit submit. Uh-oh. Oh, thanks for signing in. Please stay in touch via email. Okay, wow, so it worked. That's so cool. Okay, so we could hit okay. Okay, but it's just, it's, all right, whatever. Cool, so we could probably play with that website for a long time, but let's just go back to YB. And I will show y'all eventually, I'm sure. Oh, there it goes. It finally did something. Look, it shows what I sent. Okay, now we're going back to yb.me. And at some point I do want to show you guys google.com and bing.com with dial-up and how that works, because it does really work. It just takes a while, but it does work. It's just most of the web pages that come up, when you click on them, it's just nothing will happen because they're just not designed to work like this with dial-up. So let's do surprise me one more time. So this is always fun. I like to do this because you never know what you're gonna get. Surprise me. You asked for it. So again, and I've said this several times, but to reiterate again, you can see how quickly it's moving. It's not moving incredibly slow. Oh, look at this. This looks fun. Hollywood's golden age, 30 years of brilliance, 1930 through 59. Home, actors, actresses, movies. Oh man, let's click on movies. Again, this search engine, it's a search engine, yb.me, is designed to bring you to find websites with the HTML and whatever that was designed for back in the day for dial-up internet, or even like early 2000s. And again, some websites just never went away. They were still on there, or some websites were built in the 90s and they're still being preserved today, but just in the old style. So I guess it would have been better for me to just, there it is. Okay. Movies A through L. Oh. 12 Angry Men, 42nd Street, Adam's Rib, The Adventures of Robin Hood. Let's click on that. The Adventures of Robin Hood, 1938. Let's see, that thing is still spinning, so. Okay, let's see. Scroll down. Oh, okay, we got a picture. Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn. Okay. Let's click. Click actor. You see that turbo thing really working here. You get this little turbo. You can see it's all the way over to the right. It's really trying to move. Here we go. So it looks like something's happening. So this was, in my memory, what we're doing right here, basically the experience that a person had with dial-up internet. They would go to look up certain information or certain entertainment. Of course, it wasn't anything like today, really, where now you use the internet to watch your videos, of course you still look up information, but the internet is almost, I guess to me, the internet now is almost like cable was then. use the internet to watch all your streaming, watch all your TV programs, whatever that is. But back then we had cable services for that. Of course, we still have cable now, but a lot of it is through the internet now. Okay. Oh, I think it came up, but it's just down here. So that's what happened. Sorry about that. Okay, let's and it's by last name. Let's do Charlie Chaplin. Uh-oh, I don't think it registered. There it goes. This laptop is a little finicky. And of course, when you're on the internet back then, you're sitting behind a computer. You're not like, I mean, of course, there were laptops with dial-up, but you were generally sitting in a chair behind something and just immersing yourself. You weren't like sitting on your couch or like a lazy boy or like laying down. And I guess you could technically do that. Charlie Chaplin, 1889 through 1977. Oh, he lived a pretty long life. Customize your tour. And then here's the information. Charlie Chaplin was the brightest Hollywood star of all. His contribution to the art of cinema cannot be overestimated. He worked in the entertainment industry with conspicuous success for almost 8 decades, starting as a child performer in Victorian music hall in England through silent movies and the early decades of talkies, and continued almost until his death at the age of 88. I didn't realize he lived that long. His name has come down to us as the most famous and most successful silent movie performer by far. He also founded his own studio, United Artists, with Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, and D.W. Griffith, and he excelled in virtually all areas of filmmaking. He did the producing, casting, directing, writing, scoring, and editing of the movies he started. On, and we won't read all of this, of course. Search Amazon for Charlie Chaplin biography. He was born Charles Spencer Chaplin on 16th of April, 1889 in Walworth, South London, England. His mother, Hannah, was an actress, and his father, Charles, was a music hall singer. The family was poor, and his father, an alcoholic, died when Charlie was 12. His mother was mentally ill, and Charlie and his half-brother, Sidney, spent their childhood in and out charity homes, workhouses, and eventually an orphanage. Hannah was finally committed to a mental asylum in May 1903 and lived there until Chaplin moved her to California in 1921. And we have some pictures, Chaplin the Tramp. There's one that didn't come up, or something that didn't come up, so that happens. But you can see this came up pretty quickly, and it's just text and images. Marriages and Mistresses. Ooh. Charles Chaplin Academy Awards. And look, here's the Amazon links. Shop now. I believe those are the Amazon links. Search Amazon for Charlie Chaplin. Charles Chaplin filmography. Okay, all his movies. Cruel, Cruel Love in 1914. And it shows every year, even the years he didn't make a movie, all the way to 67. Wow. A Countess from Hong Kong. And look, this is apparently 2010 through 20, so this was a recent... Uh-oh. We lost our turbo. And that's probably because I have the free internet access. Let's see if it's still working. Okay, so I'm not sure why that happened. Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's see if everything's we're still online. It just may be because I'm using the free Juno and not actually paying for it. So, there we go. Okay, so it's fine. It's not bad. So we will continue this at another time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And let me know if you like this content and what you would like to see out of this experience. We'll catch you next time on the Dial-Up Chronicles.